98.5 Drive, here with Mel and Giselle, and we're backstage right now with For King and Country. That's right, Joel and Luke, they're with us right now. How are you guys feeling?
Oh man, I am ready and raring to go.
Yeah, same. I'm feeling good. Yeah, no. Other than the fact that we had a very, very early morning this morning, and because of the time change, it was as if we were up at 1:15, I think, Perth time.
It was because we were in Adelaide last night, and hey, this is the last show of the first time we've ever been in Australia as a band.
And you know what? We intentionally thought that the best place to close this whole thing out would be in Perth.
Because you know most people skip Perth, right?
It's the fourth largest city. How could we ever forget you guys?
I love that new stat you learned.
Yeah.
Will there be a shedding of tears when you leave tonight? Because, I mean, it's a lovely place, isn't it?
We're spending some of the day here tomorrow.
We're going to hang out here tomorrow.
might go for a
I've
drive.
only ever been here one other time, probably for a similar length of time. So I'm having a hard time building a really firm relationship with
Literally,
Perth, but,
we
maybe
flew in last time. Our sister was doing a show.
Yeah.
And we flew straight from the United States. Did we? All the way over.
Canada, actually.
Canada. It was like a 40-hour trip. And I was so exhausted. I was doing background vocals for our sister, and I was just a teenager. I was so exhausted that I fell asleep during intermission. And one of the band guys threatened, "I'm going to pour water on if you don't wake up." I didn't. So he did. And I poured water on me, and I just kept sleeping. Even the water didn't wake me. So I slept through the second half of the concert. I was so exhausted, which is probably going to happen.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen.
It's not going to happen.
No.
No, I think we're good.
So you do have tomorrow here in Perth. Any plans other than, of course, catching up on sleep?
To be determined. I don't know. We talked about going for off-roading somewhere or do some four-wheel driving or something. But he said that it has to happen early, and that might be a deal breaker.
What about, I mean, surely you've heard of Rottnest. I mean, all the celebs come over here and they go to that little island just off Perth and they take a selfie with a quokka.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're not invited to that.
I've seen pictures, though.
Yeah.
The island said no.
Now, you guys played to sold-out show in the Sydney Opera House. Dream come true?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I think I was here. This is the first time I've been back to Australia in over a decade. So I brought my wife and three kids. They're not here in Perth, but to Australia. And they were there for our show in Sydney. And I remember going to, as a tourist, just to go see the Sydney Opera House, 10, 11 years ago. And I think we were actually even working on music, and maybe this is just shows lack of belief in myself, but I never even thought about the idea of potentially playing the Sydney Opera House. I mean, it just felt like something so far off, something so, amazing, because our father actually did promoted concerts years ago when we were in Australia in that building, and he ended up losing kind of everything that he had. That's how we ended up in the States. And so to come back, kind of have this redemptive kind of moment, especially for our parents, was really a sweet thing. And I mean the hall's incredible and the people were just wonderful, and so definitely something that you'll never ever forget.
And speaking of family, 92-year-old grandmother, is that correct? How did she find the gig?
I'm not sure. Did we get a debrief on that?
No, we did. So she came to the Brizzy show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
She said, "It seems like the people around me liked it."
she said that. She said, "It seems like the people around me like me." And she said, "But I didn't know any of the songs." And we're like,
So I think
"Grandma,
she was
whose
hoping
fault
for
is
some
that?"
hymns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know.
think
We
that
just
she was hoping.
She thought she
for-
was coming to a church service, I think.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because she doesn't know any of the songs, but she's actually the artwork on Burn the Ships. She wrote. She has
the
beautiful handwriting. It's all her handwriting. Although there was one discrepancy in that she thought it was Burn the Shops. So
And it was
she
weird because we don't have a whole lot to do with Grandma now, but because she's back here, and that's when we realized that she's got a shopping problem. You know what I mean? Like,
Grandma,
this is
what's
the
your
thing
problem?
You've got to get rid of
with
in parts.
the
You got a
shops
shopping
in
problem, you know what I
Toowoomba. She has a thing with the shops, so we had to come back. No, it's
Wow.
actually ships. Yeah.